Good evening, everyone. In the words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. And something incredible happens when everyone is equally invested in the larger purpose and goal. That is what we are here to celebrate today. YASH being in the top 50 of great places to work for. And what better way to celebrate it with those who have made this win possible? All of you. So this is me, Lavina. I'm from the HR team. And while we are connected together virtually, this is a one of its kind celebration that we are doing today. I would have actually loved to be at the office and present in person to celebrate and congratulate each one of you individually. However, looking at the current situation, that is not possible. Despite all this, which has been going around, there is all the more reason for us to celebrate our achievement. And when I say it's one of its kind, we have our associates joining us, not just from across the locations in India, but from across the locations globally. Along with our associates, we have our leadership team who would be addressing us and celebrating this event with us. The celebrations had already begun 3 days ago when our win was announced, when we digitally celebrated our victory on all the social media platforms. Today, me along with my co-host Sai, we would be taking you virtually through this unique way of global celebration. What do you say, Sai? Well, by the time Sai is joining us, and since you might find us having some hiccups here and there because this is the first time we are virtually celebrating this. We are doing this event on such a big platform. So you might find certain lags in the videos or somebody facing some technical problems. Please bear with us for that. However, by the time Sai joins, let me also give you certain facts as to certain things which you already are aware of. So I'm sure everybody is by now very much aware and also knows by the background that this is the 6th time that we have consecutively won this award. It is a feeling of pride. And I say not from my perspective, but I say it on behalf of each and every Yashian. Let's move to my co-host Sai now. He will take us through the rest of the event. I'm sorry once again for that another technical glitch. So let me take you through how this journey has been and give you a brief as to how we have taken it up with the Great Place to Work for. I have a very small video to show you guys as to what does the Great Place to Work for team does and how it actually takes into consideration the survey that they have done basis the culture and trust index and all those aspects. Let me play this video for you now.
19 of the 36 organizations identified in another independent research on great organizational performance have something more in common. Research at Cornell University and the University of British Columbia confirmed that these very organizations have higher customer satisfaction scores and have a positive impact on their employees' subjective well-being. It's proven. These organizations perform better and are more sustainable, have happier customers, and create a happier world. The big question: what do these organizations have in common? They all are best workplaces, according to studies done by Great Place to Work Institute. If creating and sustaining a great workplace is one such significant investment an organization can make, what makes an organization a great place to work? For more than 20 years, and now across more than 50 countries, we have been asking millions of employees from different kinds of organizations this very question. We found that at great workplaces, employees trust the people they work for, have pride in the work they do, and enjoy the company of people they work with. We put together a list of 56 variables that come together to make an organization a great place to work in a comprehensive model. It's widely known as Great Place to Work Trust Index Model, the world's most well-researched, accepted, and sustainable definition of a great workplace from an employee's point of view. So, how can any organization create and sustain a great workplace? Every year, we study people practices of over 7,000 organizations. We found that organizations that are successful at creating and sustaining a great workplace culture follow specific practices in 9 key areas. These key areas are outlined in the Great Place to Work People Practice Framework. The next big question: how can your organization get started on its journey to create a great workplace? And how can we help you? To create great workplace, an organization must find answers and act on 4 key questions. 1. Do our employees think our organization is a great workplace? Begin by finding out what your employees like about working at your organization and what could be better. We help organizations answer this question using the Trust Index Employee Survey. 2. Do our practices help create a great workplace? We help organizations assess and improve their people practices across the 9 practice areas using Great Place to Work Culture Audit Assessment Tool. 3. Do our managers create a great workplace? We help organizations by giving their people managers feedback scorecards, telling them their areas of strength and improvement. We train them to help them become great people managers. 4. And lastly, is our organization recognized as a great workplace? Every year, we publish a list of the country's best companies to work for, which is based on robust research. These lists are recognized as the most credible list of great workplaces. At Great Place to Work Institute, it's our mission to create a better world.
Right. That's a great start. So it's absolutely awesome start, and it's a fantastic move towards a great place. And congratulate one and all. This is miraculous, and it's really going to be a great day for all of us, because today is a special day. We want to congratulate each one of you joining here on live and making it really successful for us to connect during this difficult times. But definitely this is one of its best of its connect that we are having for the first time. Definitely we have something more to really show it in the next few moments of it. So let's all get up and let's all be wearing that smile and congratulate each other. And today we're going to have a great a day for all of us. My name is Sai. I'm the co-host for this particular session, and it's going to be a wonderful time for being the great place to work for. So we being the top 50 is a big journey for us, and it's not easy as a lot of brands competing in the market, and this is something which cannot be done just like that. And this is purely because our employees is experiencing this culture and the trust that always believed to be growing high every day and every moment. So keeping that in the moment. So let's see that what our employees are doing at this point of time during the COVID. And I can always assure you, after seeing this video, you'll be very much emotionally connected. And the four-letter brand, YASH, is a great place, is what you're going to call it. So let's watch it out. This particular video, which is on your screen.
Wow, what a display. This actually shows that all us Yashians are together. It actually shows that spirit of togetherness and of one Yash, one team. It's amazing to see that, during these times, these unprecedented times, still everyone has been able to come together and put up this display. That is what makes us a great place to work. I actually want to know how this entire journey of the great place to work has been for Yash. And to answer that, we have with us our CFO and head HR, Mr. Dharmendra Jain, popularly known as DJ. So DJ, how do you think? How has this journey of becoming a great place to work for sixth time in a row has been for Yash?
Thank you, Davina. I'm sorry I was on mute. Thank you for joining in, everyone, and making this evening a grand success. And I'm so happy, super happy, excited for this achievement, which belongs to all of you, not just HR or not just leaders or anybody. It belongs to every Asian. If I say the journey started in 2011-12 when we were growing, we were around 2,500 people. And that's where our CEO Manoj Baheti called me one day and said that DJ, we are growing very fast and we really need to bring a lot of good practices in the company. We were already employee centering and doing quite good, but that was not enough to meet the new size which we are going to aspire for. And that's how we started this whole thing. If you look at on the screen, the wall of fame, and this year we are standing with all the big brands in the country, which has not been easy. So 2012 to 14, we started putting the foundation in place. We started understanding the whole thing, how it works, what all changes we need to do, what all investments we need to make to create Yash as a great place to work. It has been a very challenging but very exciting journey. We know that we have to compete with all the big logos, big brands in the country. Uh, Thanks to the great team, thanks to the great leadership which we have in the company, they all supported very well. And thanks to every Yashian who became part of it, who helped us every now and then whenever we required, participated thoroughly in every initiative which we started in Yash. And we all can see the result that 6 year in a row is not at all easy. So I'm thankful to everybody and very nice achievement. I think let's spread it everywhere.
All right, so thank you so much, sir. It's a fantastic, start in that ways. And there is a question to all the associates that, when is that we're going to come back? All right, I'm sure everybody who's there here, who's watching out live, is this big question or not? I'm sure you can use the chat box to really tell us is something that you're really looking forward to come back or not. So definitely we have seen that a lot of associates being asking. So let's see the question on the screen to really get you to understand. So when do you think we will come back to office? So the question to all the viewers, and let's see that. What is the thing that is running in your mind? So 15 seconds time for you. So let's start the quiz for you. All right, the time is up. I'm sure a lot of people have, as the time is up, and I'm sure a lot of people will be thinking aloud about so many options. So, but the answer is not going to be revealed now. So we're going to have this answer answered in the last, and I'm sure it's going to be a great, way to look at it. That's going to be really big. So let me, take you to the next level of it. I'm sure, everybody is waiting for the COO, Bala Nevluri, to come on and give us little insight into this particular achievement. So I have a, insightful thought to be asked for Bala. So hi, Bala, congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Bala?
Good. Thanks everyone.
All right. Okay. So just to give little onto this area of the top 50 rank that we have really got it, and more than 1,000 companies participating and 21 lakh viewers actually giving their responses across, and also across the industries, 21 industries have been assessed. And today we are one of the best in the whole lot of the brands that we see it on the screens most of the time. So what is this achievement as per the importance, the customer's perspective of it? So can you just give us some insights there?
Yeah, so yeah, it's very relevant as more and more companies understand that the great place to work evaluation is very tough, and they all aspire to be a part of that list, right? Great Place to Work Institute, if you have seen the video earlier, they evaluate companies on two key parameters, right? One is the employee trust, the other one is the organization culture. I think these are the two key elements that makes an organization sustainable or a great place. So, and we've also seen that all the research has proved that, a lot of companies get return on investment or return on their sales, if the work environment is structured well. Companies that have a participative kind of culture, they have greater return on assets. So customer satisfaction is directly related to the organization service orientation. So if we have customer orientation, employee commitment, managerial consistency, I think that contributes to a highly satisfying customer. So short answer, this achievement certainly is very important from a customer perspective, as this award indicates that we have all the necessary qualities of a great place to work. And that obviously is demonstrated with the customer sats that we get today.
All right. I think that's very insightful and very beautifully linked with customer satisfaction as being so many brands. So definitely this is one question which has been addressed. But one question which we would really love to know from you is, how is YASH doing during this unprecedented time? So how is it YASH actually, conditioning around?
Yeah, so these are very strange times, right? That every organization is going through today globally. We, just like all other companies, we too are facing very tough times. You can see that the customer spends are going down, and obviously that puts a lot of pressure on us to make the company operate more efficiently, right? So far we are managing well with our resources, our customers, all the work streams that we have to ensure that we provide the best service levels to our customers. But it's very difficult to predict the future. We don't know how and when this uncertainty will end, right? So those are things which are beyond our control. But what is important for us, what we could do by ourselves, is something that we should think about and see that how do we face these tough times. So that's an important thing that we should look as leaders or as an organization, right? But I think what we think that as more and more jobs are being laid off in many other countries, work cannot stop. So companies are looking to low cost resources, augmenting that work across different locations. So I think that's an opportunity I foresee. And we do have a lot of customers having conversations with us in terms of some managed services contracts, where if their staff leaves, how they can immediately seamlessly transition work to offshore. So we do see some ray of hope out there, but again it all depends who signs when and when we get these new contracts. But the times are very tough, and I request all our associates to continue their trust in the company and continue to do the good work. I think, time will tell, where this is all heading. But stay positive and look forward to, continued uh, employment within YASH.
Thank you, Bala. That actually gives a lot of hope to all our associates. I know we cannot see them live, or we are not there to celebrate this event with them, but I'm sure all that you're speaking, the words actually give a lot of motivation to every one of us. It's very important from YASH's perspective to know how the founders have it, have actually been there for us for all this time. I would want to know from Kirti, he's there with us today, who has joined us from US. How does this achievement feels to you?
So, great place to work, ranked among top 50th, consecutive 6th year. My heartiest congratulations to entire YASH family. It's a proud moment for all of us, for all the leaders and all the associates who makes it possible. Certainly, the management provides the facility, the good infrastructure, the good policies, work environment, but the entire YASH family, they develop the culture and they keep it, running, and that culture should be developed and continue to remain as, to live in. It should be like, perfect place of work, not the great place of work. It should be the perfect place of work, and it is there. So I really congratulate and thanks all the entire YASH family for achieving this award. And as I was talking to Dharmenji, DJ, certainly yesterday, our next target is to make it among 10th place. So we have to rank that, and we'll be talking more about that. So let's be all ready for that. Congratulations again to the entire YASH family. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words of motivation. And yes, certainly, we have achieved top 50 and top 10 is not very far. So I'm sure each one of us who has joined us on this forum today, we all are working our best to achieve that as well. Recently, we have seen a lot of changes being done in the organization. I have with me our COO YASH Americas, Don Young, who has joined us again from US to address all of us. So Don, we are seeing a lot of changes being done to our approach in these last couple of years. YASH is getting more aggressive in terms of hiring, branding, restructuring, and transforming. These are really substantial changes to a 24 years old organization. And I'm sure each one of us wants to understand and know from you, how well are we prepared to manage this change and this transition?
Great, Lavina. Thank you and Sai for hosting this today. And just to first start out is congratulations to all the YASH family out there. Just an absolutely incredible achievement. 6 years and in the top 50 of all companies across India is just an incredible feat that if you didn't see it, it'd be tough to believe it, that a company of our size is up there in the very top with all the other big brand names up there. So just an absolutely incredible achievement, and it takes everybody on the YASH family to be able to achieve that. So Lavina, about change management and how you can take a company who's been around for 25 plus years and be able to achieve those things. So I'll just talk about 4 things that I think it takes to be able to continue to grow and manage the change. Change is tough no matter what age you are. But I can tell you, as you get older, changing habits is very, very, very tough. So again, 4 things. First of all, you have to have a clearly defined vision. That vision allows the whole team to get aligned behind that vision and stay aligned on that common purpose. Number 1 thing is we have to have a common vision as an overall family. Second, we have to have clear organizational structure. This really allows us to take care of issues, challenges, and other things as they arise so that they escalate and they're taken control of. And when you need support, you know exactly where to go to. So again, number 2 thing is really that clear organizational structure that has roles and responsibilities so we can efficiently and effectively execute for our clients out there. Number 3, we need to be able to standardize our process and procedures. And this is really all about scaling. So going with that common understanding of what we can do and what we are supposed to do. And that's followed up by clear communications throughout our group and also KPIs and scorecards that allows us to know how we're improving and then when we're not improving so we can adjust. Then lastly, all those things would be worthless if we didn't execute. And so clearly, you have to have a great vision, you have to have a great organizational structure, you have to have standardized process and procedures, and then it would all be nothing if you don't execute.
Absolutely, Don. And what better way to explain it to all of us that we need these 4 things to effectively manage the change. Common vision, proper org structure, scaling and communication of all these goals, and lastly, as you rightly said, execution. I'm sure you and we, all of us would be working together to work towards this common goal and effectively manage the change as well. We also have with us the Global Marketing Head, Nagraj Bhargav, here. Nagraj, I would want to understand from you, how does being in top 50 of the Great Place to Work list impacts YASH brand positioning?
Yes, Lavina. I think getting recognized as a great place to work is becoming a habit for all of us at YASH. Congratulations to each one of us. Very good habit for all of us to have. Consistency for 6 long years is really hard. That's what makes it such a superlative achievement, actually. Okay. The YASH brand has been on an upward ascent last many years. We have now emerged as an organization with gravitas. Okay. We are seen as a very tough competitor who is besting the largest of companies globally and winning deals and accolades. As all of us would have noticed in the list that DJ showed, there are hardly any IT services companies in the top 100 and very few in the top 50. And there are a number of very large brands from 51 to 100. What does that show? That shows that YASH has scaled and grown very well in the last couple of years. Our customers, competitors, prospects, partners, everybody will take note of this achievement. And of course, it is incumbent on us that they do take notice. It will definitely have a profound impact on our ability to actually hire the best talent in the industry, because we'll be seen as a employer of choice. Really, I mean, given that it is 6 years, we'll be seen as an employer of choice. As each one of us within YASH, we feel the pride, like you are mentioning, we feel the happiness, and each one of us display the pride and happiness and communicate with the world at large. Each one of us would become brand ambassadors of YASH. And as we become brand ambassadors of YASH, we would ensure that we take the brand to the next level. Definitely in that context, I want to tell everyone, don't forget social media, the most potent media out there. Okay, push YASH on the social media. Great Place to Work and Economic Times are such huge brands. Being listed there actually gives such a big fillip to us and brings media visibility and visibility generally as well. As all of us bask in this glory, I mean, this is real glory. This achievement has brought a lot of glory. We will all surely work together in ensuring that YASH, we all work together to push the YASH brand to greater heights actually. So that's what I feel. So the impact on the YASH brand is going to be substantiative, and we will all see that effect as time goes by.
Absolutely, Nagraj. And mark my words, we all are the brand ambassadors who have joined on this forum. And we are really proud in sharing this achievement across all the social media platforms. As I said in the beginning as well, that, since last 3 days, every time I open LinkedIn, it is just the post about YASH being in the top 50 of great places to work for. And that's an achievement. Not many people were earlier in that habit of using the social media platforms for this thing. But yes, definitely, since past few months that we have seen, this transition has actually helped across. Moving further in this celebration, I also have with us Arvind Sudani, who is the CFO of YASH Americas. So Arvind, hi. How do you think? How does this achievement feel to you?
Lavina, honestly, very proud. My congratulations to every YASHian, whether they are in India or anywhere in the world, in USA or Europe. Getting this award 6th time in a row, that's a testament to our great HR practice and employee centricity. And we all know that employees are the biggest asset in any organization, and especially so in a service company like YASH. So to get this kind of from our employees and their trust, that's awesome, amazing. DJ said earlier that let's spread it everywhere. So I'm hoping that in not too distant a future, maybe we'll see it being here as well. We'll get the award in Americas and other countries as well. So again, congratulations to everybody, every YASHian, and yeah, keep it going.
Thank you so much, Arvind. I think you just summed it up by making it really, a brand exercising the complete, the great place to work achievement, because these many companies and YASH being the top 50 is really a kind of an achievement which one and all, a word of mouth that is really important for all of us to really bank upon. And I'm sure the social media is going to really take up its own hypes by the next few minutes of it. Yes, thank you so much for that. At the same time, let's look at our viewers, what they're doing. So let's see, there is a question that is going to come for the viewers to give a thought where YASH is going, or which direction we are heading. So let's have a question for all our viewers. So the question comes with a timing. So please make sure that in the chat box you're going to type whatever the option you have. All right, there you go. Where do you think our next biggest ODC is coming up? Is it USA, Hyderabad, Pune, or Indore? 15 seconds starts now. Oh, guys, you can put it up on the chat box, and it's going to be really interesting to see your answers. And definitely, it's going to be a vital question for all of us. All right, for the people, the answer is on the screen for you. All right, thank you for that. So let me take you to the next level of it. I'm sure the next person whom I'm going to call up, you all know him very well, and the three-letter word is going to really make a lot of vibrance around. So I would request JRC to be on there, and he is the head SAP business for YASH. So JRC, how are you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm absolutely great. First of all, congratulations, and it's going to be a great day for all of us to listen to you. So, just have a small question to start with. Being the top 50 great places, this big feat, how does it translate to YASH employees?
Let me start off by saying that, specifically, the last 3 months have been a change in the way we've been operating, right? I mean, we've all been working from home. But to be very honest, nothing has changed in the terms of ease of doing business, if you would call it, with all the people, because we are such a tightly knit community of people that, in fact, workloads and success rates have increased working from home. And that also led me to think I've always felt at home, even when I was at work. So I guess that kind of, I've always been working from home for 17 years from that perspective, right? That probably makes one of the most important factors of something being a great place to work at, right? Wherever we are working from, we have that sense of belonging to the organization. And like that video was showing about, trust in our leadership and in ourselves, pride in belonging to that environment, the brand that we've really created literally with our sweat and blood, and the sheer joy of being involved in something, right? So these things are what are going to be driving us. As far as what it means to employees, I believe that a great place to work essentially to me means a great place that you work for and a great place that works for you too, right? Individually, you have to grow as an individual, as a professional, and all that. So especially in organizations like ours, where we are so flat, we have such an open door policy, accessibility to leadership, and the kind of processes that we are bringing into place. I think all of us should take more advantage of that to make sure that we are contributing to ourselves and to the organization. And an organization like YASH, which feels like home every day, is the best place to do it. So that is what it is. And one thing I want to say is we've always been a great place to work for all the 24 years. These guys just found out 6 years ago. So we keep that in mind and moving forward from there. Back to you, sir.
As I said, it's going to be a best of the energy that's going to come up. So yes, it's been only 6 years people have identified us, but it's been 24 years that it's a great place, and we all feel working from the organization is nothing but it's your home. So fantastically said, and it's amazing. So just keeping that to the next level of a trigger, maybe JRC, I just have a little understanding, which I really believe each employee's career is very valuable for the organization. So keeping that in the mind, okay, a lot of communications are happening in the organization on the goal setting. So what is that is all about? Can you just give us some insights?
Sure. Yes, as all the long timers have will definitely vouch for, and also as all the newcomers must have seen, is we are a very entrepreneurial culture-based organization. I mean, we are all, go get it. This is the new idea. Let's go in and do it. One of the flip sides to that probably is that we tend to get too many YASHs within YASH. And that's where, all the leadership was trying to run that, and DJ picked that up as an initiative. And we had that whole One YASH initiative that we did, saying, hey, we are all working together. One of the most important pieces of that is that, to make sure we are all pulling the rope in the same direction, right? So from that perspective, what is most important is alignment, and that whole cascading of goals coming down from Manoj, Bala, DJ, Don to the rest of the organization that's working here. That brings a sense of focus to everybody who's involved, and that brings a sense of purpose to all of us. Ultimately, it is purpose that binds all the employees in the organization. So when we are saying goal setting, we've always been doing this. We're trying to formalize this much more in terms of the whole SMART story, right? Specific, measurable, blah, 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 right? So we pick all those features and then make sure that everybody knows exactly what job is cut out for him, and then he picks it up. And along the same direction, we also make sure that we are growing, like we were talking about earlier, right? How do we build our competencies, capabilities as an individual and as an organization, be it the hardcore technical product related skills or the management skills or the communication, leadership and collaboration skills? How do we cement all these bricks into a solid wall? That is what I think this whole goal setting exercise is helping us do, giving all of us a sense of purpose, giving all of us a sense of direction, saying, hey, this is what is expected of me. If I achieve this, then I'm sure that all of us are doing, if all of us do our bit, we are going to grow. So from that perspective, it's very, very key. I request each and every person who's in the organization and who's on this call to make sure that, use the mechanisms that we have for feedback, use the opportunities we have, that is for trainings, so that we upskill ourselves and contribute more to our success. Ultimately, guys, I mean, I am because we are, right? So we'll all grow together. So that's what I believe we should make of this whole goal setting exercise and how it can be useful to us and useful to the organization.
Oh, very well articulated, JRC. I think there's a need of the hour, and I'm sure the goal setting part of it and the communications which are rolling, it's going to give us the sense of purpose and really take us to the vision that YASH is really holding today. So thank you so much. It's a wonderful insight there. So let me take it up for the next personality of YASH. And I'm sure this is the most inspiring personality which you may be hearing for a long time. And let me take it up, one of the personalities who have been heading the largest and the biggest delivery at YASH. So let me welcome Arun Kumar Mishra. Hello, sir. Hello, Arun. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm very well. Thanks, Sai.
First thing, congratulations, Arun, and it's a great place. So how does it feel to you?
No, it's a great moment for each one of us. And first of all, I would like to thank you, entire YASHians, and a special thanks to be given to the entire HR team, because day and night they have worked very, very, cautiously and courageously, and created such a smooth and serene environment within the company, which probably is a very important and key factor at this point of a time, especially when we are passing through COVID-19 situation. Not only that, but this kind of a recognition has created a great impact when we on ground, when we are dealing with the people, the associates, the team members, the managers. It generates such an impact that the great impact is that trust building between the teams, between the people, between the associates. Not only that, but the intent of doing wholeheartedly the work that has been generated with the impact of such recognitions. Not only that, but it has helped us on integrating entire team. And especially I have seen in this kind of a COVID situation when everybody is working from home, but people have become more productive than people were going to the office. So don't take it wrong that we should close the offices and let the people work from home. But certainly in going forward, people start thinking on this direction that probably the home environment impacts largely to the associates to deliver more, to work more, and to give a maximum output. So I would really again congratulate and thank you entire team who have worked very hard to give us such kind of recognition, which has helped a lot, because I am part of a delivery organization. By setting up a right trust, right agility, and right integration between the teams, which has helped us a lot to give our maximum output.
Thank you so much, sir. I think, Arun, I think it is really, wonderfully said and kept in sequencing of it. So just a quick question on this area of it. How does the great place aspects of culture and trust enable people management?
See, the most important fact is here, this is not a recognition or award or reward which has been achieved by YASH. I would say, as JRC very correctly said, from last 24 or 26 years, we have been following this culture. It is in our DNA that how to give a respect and trust to our associates, how to make them feel that they are not working for somebody, but they are working for themselves. That kind of a culture, that kind of a feeling, that kind of an environment, it has been from beginning. Certainly, the recognition part comes later on, and in 6th year in a row we have achieved it. But this gives a great pride to each and every associate, which help the delivery organization to connect with them very deeply, to convey the masses whatever the outcome has to come there, also to share the vision and goal of the organization very effectively to those associates. And those people don't listen, they just consume it and they own it. So that kind of owning sense has been generated with such kind of recognitions, which has helped a lot. And I'm sure that this will going forward also help a lot for delivery organizations and entire years to generate this kind of an environment which is based on the trust and based on the agility, which will help all of us going forward to give our best.
Very well said, sir. I think, maybe just moving a little on to this note, when we are talking so much of work, delivery and all, so just having a small question around it. After scoring comparatively low in the last 5 years on the few years of it, this year, the thanking practice, the rewards and recognition program, has been rated very high by our employees in the Great Places to Work survey. What do you have to say about it?
Thanks, Hari. I think this is a very remarkable question, I would say. And especially partly, I would say this is the gift of COVID situation also. Because we have been doing this exercises from long time. We have been at appropriate time recognizing the people, motivating the people, and making sure that the people understand that they are being valued in the organization. But the COVID situation, just like necessity is mother of invention, it has generated such an environment, and thanks to entire HR team, that it's very tough task which they have done it here by connecting, because everybody working from home, connecting each and every associate, and not only connecting but not asking about the professional or the work perspective, but asking about the well-being of the family, the well-being of the associates, and then talking about the work. That has generated a tremendous impact on the associates. Again, I would say that generating the sense of ownness. They are not working for a company, they are working for themselves. This company doesn't belong to anyone but to each and every associate. So this rewards and recognition has become very effective, and I'm sure going forward, a lot of other elements will be added. And just I came to know that even in last 2.5 to 3 months under the COVID situation, we have also managed to handle, the virtual rewards and recognition program more than 10 times, and almost 400 people have been recognized. So such elements are very superb and very important to keep the people, think that they are very important for the company. They are very essential for the company. And I'm sure that going forward, this practice will multiply and will give a more impact, and that will help entire organization to generate the great work environment. And that's why, once again, thank you everyone involved in this great task.
Thank you, Arun. That really summarizes how this practice has been able to help all our associates being valued for the organization. As you rightly said, being valued is something of a biggest virtue that an organization can follow. That actually helps in creating that belongingness with the organization, and we feel like we are a part of the family and not just an individual employee. That being said, let us also go back to our valuable customers here, our associates, to see whether they are able to answer another quiz that we are coming up. The next question, that is, being flashed on all your screens. Is YASH hiring during the pandemic times? So the time's up. And as you can see on your screens, yes, we are hiring during these pandemic times. Again, inducing our value proposition of having everybody who can contribute to our success and growth of the organization. Moving on, this also brings me to this important aspect that we have our Q&A session open for all our associates. Just put in your questions in the Q&A panel, and looking at the time, if we have sufficient time to answer your queries, some of the leaders would take it up. Next up, we have with us James Griffin. He is the Managing Director of YASH Middle East. James, since you have been managing the entire Middle East functions for YASH, and as you already know that the theme for our year 2020 is Power of We have put in a lot of focus on the One YASH One Team. This shows that we are driving collaboration in a very big way. So managing our business for Middle East, how have you seen YASH changing its way to collaborate in the past few years?
Hi everybody. Yeah, in fact, I was on a team conference call just 2 days ago when we were talking and creating a case study for our latest win for an application management support project. And I actually started talking about the different people involved, and I said, actually, it was the power of we that won this job. And that's true, from the people on the ground here in the Middle East through to the JLC and Raj and his team and Nagaraj and his team, in the way that we seamlessly connected and allowed the customer to see how connected we actually were as an organization to create a winning formula. If you look at what constitutes of the business model, you have your people, your process, and your platform, and we've already heard Aaron speak passionately about the people. And giving the people the tools to do their job is really what collaboration is all about. And over the past 3 years, we've really seen some heavy investment in tools to do the job, such as the CRM systems coming in, the success factors coming in, and the Microsoft tools such as Teams that we all know and love at the moment because it's the way that we're doing business. And it's these tools which allow us to collaborate now and gain the trust of everybody, and it also allows us to put the responsibility and authority down into the organization for people to know exactly what they have to do their jobs. And I'll come back again to another customer who rang me just after the current crisis started, and he's a CIO of a $3 billion organization, and the telephone rang, I saw it was him, my heart went into my mouth, and I answered and said, hello, Ahmed, how are you? And he says, James, I'm just calling to congratulate you and your people on the way that you seamlessly managed the onshore to offshore work environment. It's absolutely brilliant, he says. And I was in a board meeting yesterday, and twice I brought up what Socius was doing to beat challenges that were coming up in our organization. And the third time it came, I couldn't mention the company again, but somebody else did it for me. So this really does show exactly how, we were ready, we were ahead of the curve, and we actually managed, due to the investment in our tools, to get to where we want to be.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Sorry for the technical challenges here. This is the first time that we are doing it. So as I was saying that it was very well said, James, giving the power to people has actually helped us in a lot of avenues. With that being said, I would want to understand from DJ here. So now we have all the benchmarking studies with us with respect to the great place to work from. I understand this is something which we have done from the India perspective, but how do you plan to take these studies to other geographies?
Thanks, Avina. Yes, plan is to take it everywhere across the globe, as we have a widespread and we are operating in 20 countries and so many development centers across the world. So we already started working with US leadership. We have Don Young and Arvind Sodani on this call. And as Arvind mentioned in his comments that, somewhere we would like to see that these studies are also being practiced in US, and we also started putting the right foundation in US. We are working very closely with Don as well, and we have already extended our success factor, which is infogram. We have extended our we socialize, we celebrate, we connect, and a lot of HR stuff has already been planned, like we rise as well, which is our RNR. So having said that, yes, we have a plan to take it everywhere. US is the first because after India, I think that is the biggest location we have. So, even today morning, I was talking to our team and some of the leaders saying that, 2 years down the line, if we put the right foundation in place, once somebody lands on Chicago airport, he will see big board of YASH hiring people or displaying some of the services or digital leader in the market, something like that. So yes, we have started, and I think 2023, 2024, you should be seeing us in the best workplace list. I'm hoping for it.
What a vision, sir. I think, DJ, I think this is something which is very inspiring for all of us. And by 2024 is something which is getting targeted. So amazingly said, and we want to really be part of this. So keeping that in the mind, just moving a little forward onto this. So the next thing which we really want to understand is somewhere is like, yeah, before we really get onto this, so one small, the thing is, we may take a little more time as the time is really, taken for this, valuable inputs from every leader. So the time is, is one tab. So keeping that in the mind. So the next question is something I would like to, invite onto this, online is the business group head for BG6 IBG Indian Business Group, Mr. MVR. How are you doing, MVR?
Great, Sai, great going.
First thing, congratulations, and let me take a little forward on this particular question here. So, how YASH is actually getting future ready? So everybody during this, COVID times, people saying that the learning taking its own curve and the organizations being open for learning is taking a larger curve around it. So how YASH is actually into this learning programs and how it is actually, making its workforce ready?
Oh, Sai, this topic is of your interest and my pet topic. Thank you very much.
Right.
But before responding to your question, actually, I would like to take this opportunity and express my happiness to the HR team and DJ, led by DJ and all others, all associates at YASH, on this being in front of you all in this virtual ceremony, celebrating sixth consecutive Great Place to Work achievement. A really great moment to be here on this occasion. Now, Sai, coming to specific thing on learning programs. Yes. We all know that current life is information driven. The intellectual development and achievements are becoming increasingly important. Keeping that in mind, I'm very happy that yes, the learning activities happen as a systematic and structured way as learning modules through digitalization of learning to upskill, cross-skill, and build sustainable talent through future-ready programs and workshops. This is a great thing which is happening. And we have been driving our workforce to build their certifications as part of their career advancements. And YASH actually took the learning programs to the next level by introducing the concepts like continuous learning through various initiatives, example like micro learning approach. And even in this COVID situation, more than 5,000 associates have actively participated in this micro learning programs, which is again a great thing to happen, and we all should cherish that. And we have built centers of excellence in various technologies by disseminating best possible training opportunities, which are highly effective, interactive, and fast track learning platforms. Our YASH University, the YASH University programs under the two wings, YASH School of Learning and YASH Academy, offering programs on technology, domain, process, quality, soft skills, leadership, and all other continuing education programs, which is another great thing which is happening. Our L&D team, led by you, it is facilitating, very happy to share that it's facilitating learning solutions by adopting modern learning methodologies like the micro learning modules, what we talked, and ILT, virtual sessions, simulations, gamified learning, workshops, role plays, and many more. So it's very good, to be consistently orienting our workforce by means of both external channels and internal channels, especially the technology-oriented programs, TOT programs. The another happy thing to share is that in just last 2 months, more than 1,000 associates were oriented in various technologies or training programs. All these initiatives create new opportunities for both individual career progression and for organization for the overall business growth. So a lot more can be said about our learning programs at YASH, but anyway, I think because of paucity of time, I will limit. Probably next time I'll add more.
I think the talk itself says that learning continues and there's a lot to learn. It's unlimited learning for this pandemic times. I think the multi-skilling and the talent being, jack of all trades is also very important. So knowing different technologies, avenues is definitely important for one and all. So thank you, MVR, for that. Key insights on learning and development part of it. So just moving on to our audience, I think, let's get into the assessment mode of it. I think all the live, audience here, while we are celebrating this top 50 ranks, okay, so there is one question for you, which is, coming up onto the screen in next 2 minutes. So just going to have this particular question to understand what is your thought process. How did we got the top 50? Yes, there you go. So what parameters that the Great Places gauge and assess to qualify to top 50 companies, to make us a top 50 companies? Is it about brand? Is it about profit? Is it about trust? Is it about learning? Is it about hiring? The chat is open for you. You just type what you think about it. for giving very good, answers for this. Yes, it is right. It is trust. And this is something we have been building it for the last 24 years with all our associates. We don't believe in hiring in large numbers. It's all about each employee being the family for us. And it's an extended family which we always been working and always been respectful and trusting that we can grow together as one YASH, one family. So coming back here, so this actually goes as a rolling ball to DJ. So this particular question is next is how during this COVID times we are actually making YASH employees feel the enhanced employee experience while they're working from the home, but how is that is getting enabled?
Thank you, Sai. And I would like to thank a lot of teams here who have ensured that business continuity is maintained and we are able to continue our service deliverables and keep our customers' business going on. So apart from all the Yashians on the technical side, they continued their work. Our facilities team, and along with I can even thank our cab drivers who really worked hard for 60 days during the lockdown period and ensured we almost replaced 600 laptops during this period. Delivered laptops, data card, all the IT infrastructure people need to continue there. I can quote one example here where laptop was to be delivered 200 kilometers away and we sent a car to deliver that and car came back, things like that. So, I mean, we have tried everything to ensure that the business continuity is maintained. Our travel desk and visa desk picked up every case to ensure that people who are abroad, they are taken back home because flight might be closed. Sometimes they had to come by rescue flights. So a lot of hard work went into that and ensured that everybody is back home and safe. Even we launched a lot of virtual programs. Our first edition of Horizon Only Digital also launched during this period. As Arunji mentioned, we also did digital RNR, virtual RNR, wherein almost 250 plus people participated. We did a lot of virtual onboarding thanks to our hiring team, our HR team. So as we are already hiring, a lot of people are joining this whole time. I think we did all that sitting at home, ensured that business continuity is continued. So there have been a lot of hard work which has been done by many teams. All employees' claims have been cleared by our benefits team, our accounting team. Everybody's working, and as JRC mentioned, we are more busier than before COVID situation. So virtually, I think our business is not impacted as such. But yes, certainly we miss you guys, and we are equally eager to see you, meet you, spend time with you, celebrate with you. So let's see. We'll come to that later on. But we have been able to continue our business.
Thank you, DJ. That was really motivating. This business continuity, which the examples that you gave, those have been really important. Before we move ahead, I just want to apologize to everybody who is present here. We are extending on the timeline, but this is going so interesting that we might need a few more minutes, another 10-15 minutes, and that would be all. Thank you so much for staying on with us. Moving on, since we were talking about the employee experience part with DJ, we have a very newest member in the leadership forum. So Nitin, who has joined us as the global head for digital service line. He is the newest member in this leadership forum. So Nitin, for you, as we have been rated great by Great Place to Work For and our employees as well on the welcoming practice, would you like to share your experience as a new joiner with us and also share how is it important to have a good onboarding practice?
Hi, Lavina. Thanks for asking an interesting question, right? So first of all, let me congratulate each one of you who have been part of the journey from last 6 years, and of course, like multiple years, as JRC said, like it's been there in the DNA, right? Like it just got recognized in the industry 6 years ago. So definitely the kind of trust which we have developed within the company, within the employees, This is the result of that. It doesn't come by chance or luck. There is definitely a process behind this, which is consistent and repeatable, which is kind of delivering these results continuously 6 years in a row, and we are in the top 50 again. So definitely great teamwork. Congratulations to all. With respect to my onboarding experience, I would maybe like take the second question first, which is how I look at it as an onboarding experience first. So if you look across any relationship or a kind of a sales pitch, right? Like when you sell a product or you buy a product without seeing it, right? The day one is where like the employees are more interested and apprehensive about where they are stepping into, right? As an organization, what kind of people they will meet. Recruitment team has done their job by selling the job to them and all good things about the company, which is great. The day one becomes the most important when they step into the company. How are they treated? What are their experiences? How do we take care of them, right? And these all becomes very important element in setting the right tone. I'm back again. Sorry, network issues. So yeah, I was saying that like the first impression, what employee carries goes the long way. How they are taken care of in the organization. So it's a really important process. And with respect to my onboarding experience, so it happened coincidentally, like I'm one of the individuals like some of you who have virtually onboarded the company, right? During the lockdown, and I was the early, like in the first week of lockdown, I was joining the company, and I had my own apprehension, how does it work, right? But I was pleasantly surprised to see the readiness of the company in terms of the induction, the sessions which was conducted overall, the readiness of making me productive from like within few hours, having my email ID, access, everything granted in like within few hours, really kind of wowed me. And as they always say, like every situation which is like not so good in this kind of in current cases like pandemic, it results into some kind of innovation. So this was the
I think due to the network issues, we have probably lost the connectivity with Nitin. But anyways, what he said is absolutely right. And the first impression is the lasting impression. And it inspires everybody to give their best, whatsoever that may come. Moving on from that thought, we have with us Don Boone, who is the Global Account Manager for Deutsche Bank. So, Don, in the Great Places to Work framework, inspiring is a very important practice. This year, we have scored very high in that parameter as well. That shows that YASH has got the leadership that inspires, and as a company, we drive continuous motivation. How has your experience been with the inspiring practice?
Lavina, thank you. Great question too, and one I'm very passionate about. So upon joining the YASH family, I quickly recognised the leadership team had a strong moral compass and shared pride and passion in what they do. If you can demonstrate these qualities, success will follow. Good leadership requires consistency, and this has been clearly demonstrated throughout the years at YASH, and allows us to enjoy the fantastic award for the 6th year running. Great leaders don't set out to be great, they set out to make a difference, encouraging their teams to excel at what they do, also leading by example and nurturing pride in the company values. Inspirational leadership is the cornerstone of the pillar of trust at YASH. Over the years, the conducive culture at YASH creates a ground for budding leaders. Appreciation motivates people. Kindness, caring, thoughtfulness motivates people. To have the ability to stimulate enthusiasm among people is a great asset to possess and a great way to bring out the best in people. But leaders do not stand alone. Sir Isaac Newton, an English philosopher, once said in a letter to a rival, "If I've seen a little further, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants." The same applies for all leaders within YASH and their teams of giants, the people, the workforce. We are all in a challenging time right now. Our families, our friends, our communities and our nations have never seen the situation that we're all in right now. And never has our leadership so clearly demonstrated their ability to adapt to change and connect with the workforce on such a human level. The care and thought that's been provided to ensure the safety of each of us is really demonstrable. Having the ability to connect so well with each of you naturally reflects to our customer base. Well, a happy workforce makes for a happy company, makes for a happy customer. So, closing, I feel really honoured to work with all of you and be part of this YASH success story. This has been a great personal journey for me, and I truly look forward to the next chapter with you all. Thank you.
It's truly inspiring, Dawn, and I think it's fantastically said. Motivation, coaching, inspiring, all those things can really lead our people to the right goals that we are going to achieve it in the coming days of it. So thank you so much for that. So just in the use of time, let me just take up a question for DJ. So this is something which is, asked again and again, and this is the question which is there in everybody's mind, and it's been asked during this show also. So a lot of Q&A is happening there. So just to ask you this question, when can we expect YASH to open all the DCs and employees to resume the office? That's the question from all.
Thanks. I think this question is coming from many people, and to me, to HR teams and everybody. We are equally keen to open all our offices. From the operational perspective, all our offices are sanitized, totally safe and ready to work. So tomorrow morning people can come. However, employee safety is very important, and we have seen that in Indian families, typically we live with our parents, grandparents, and we don't want them to take the virus home and infect anybody elderly and create any issues for themselves on the personal side. So we want to move safe. There is no rush right now to open the offices. Our business is going as on with no issues so far. I think we'll watch, and as Bala also mentioned, that we'll wait and watch, and we'll see that when we see that things are more safe and we are ready to start, we'll notify everybody. We'll give them some time to resume back. Till then, continue to enjoy and continue to do your good work and balance your work and life for the time being. We are thankful to you to be able to carry on your home responsibilities and still continue to deliver as expected or more. Thankful for that, and we'll let you know. So right now, even answer is even we don't know when we are going to start it. But our offices are available, so whenever you want to come for any critical situation, etc., you can do that.
All right, that defines the brand value, and I'm sure the employee care is being just kept it in a nutshell. And thank you for the HR CFO for bringing us this note and just giving us a clear path. So we don't know, but I think, definitely everybody has the support from the organization to make sure that they are safe and healthy and secured. So coming back here, so we have one more question for CFO here. So DJ, again, coming back to you. There's a lot of things happening on the social media, and today we being the top 50, and more than what you think is our tagline is happening really, the real, impact around. So what is that you want to say? Anything that you want to really, put it up for our Asians, which can actually help us to understand, like the way they have a lot of challenges happening, which says that maybe it's an ice bucket challenge, or maybe it's, to an extent of Indian sari challenge, and a lot of other challenges are really happening across. But I think somewhere being very active on the social media. So anything that you want to really bring it up for the all Asians here on the live.
Absolutely, Sai. And certainly I'm active on social media because we all know that that is also a place where everybody has to be and make sure, be aware, be vigilant and see what is going on there. It's very important. And today we are going to announce or start a challenge wherein we are going to say that YASH is a great place to work because of so and so reason. I'll put my reasons and I'll request everybody to use the same and use their own reasons and spread the voice. You will be getting an email from our social media team, and which will also have a lot of tags and everything which you need to use so that we can spread it everywhere. As I said earlier also, that let's take this win everywhere. So I'll be opening up today. I'll make sure that before I sleep, I post my challenge on the LinkedIn and tag 7-8 people, which has been listed for me and which I normally use. And I request everybody to start their own chain and start spreading the, this glory which we have got.
All right, so in that ways, so we have, why do we like YASH? So something which is very interesting. So everybody has their own feelings and attachments and emotions connected to the organization. So let us not just keep it to ourselves. And today is a great opportunity for us to really tag the people and get that really up in the social media of it. So for sure, this is going to be a great challenge show for all of us. So let's not, take more time. But one query or one inquisitive participant or the employee happened to ask this question to DJ. So DJ, with your permission, we would like to ask one question of the Q&A that we have received. A lot of questions are there, but this is one thing which is interesting. So he's really willing to know, YASH being the top 50 and in the IT segment of it. So where are we on the IT segment? Can you just throw a little light around that? All right, there.
Sure. In the top 50, there are 15 IT companies totally. So you can say we are in top 15 when it comes to IT companies, ITES, all services companies. GPTW will also release a list of top 50 IT companies shortly, and we'll certainly share that as well. But for all purposes, we can assume that we are in top 50 from IT perspective.
I think once again, congratulations to one and all. I think this is a vital question and it's very well answered. Definitely keeping the IT as an industry, we are in the top 15. So definitely that makes a little more brand that you carry as a nation. Definitely makes a lot of trust building factor to all our customers. I'm sure in your next movements with your family, you're going to share this good news and have the best of the celebrations at your family end. So thank you so much, DJ, for that. And also to all the leaders who have participated here. And just want to, before you leave, definitely YASH is just not a simple company. More than what you think, we have something to display on the screen. Please do not leave us. Please do not think, it's a time is short. This time is very valuable for all of us. And you guys, or rather all the leaders, have shown us the path. And one and all the employees being connected in this forum is making a lot social media hype, and as well as a personal level of satisfaction that we derive being connected with the organization. So thank you so much, and just watch this video. I'm sure you'll be more connected.
Wow, that actually gave me a trip down the memory lane. I really want to thank all of you to be present with us in the celebration of this important day. I want to thank all the family members as well, as this is the first time that we have been virtually able to celebrate it, not just with our associates, but along with their family members as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. A big thank you to the leadership team who has joined us from across the globe to address the audience here. This is the very first time that it has happened, and I am sure that now we will be having more such avenues to do it. Thank you so much once again, everyone, for joining us. And let us also take a pledge that let's work towards our further goals in order to once again make YASH a great place to work for. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you, Lavina.